Oh, fucking do it again. Well, hi there, guys. Hopefully everything looks fine on your end. Somebody's gonna need to let me know. Um, because I'm not 100% on how everything looks currently. I've had to redo a couple settings. Holy, what's up? What happened? Jesus Christ. Where's streaming mode? Turn you on. Thank you. Alright, there we go. Mic is loud? Okay, cool. I will pull that down. Thank you. Alright, how's that? Is that better? Because if that's loud, I know everything else is going to be loud. Pull everything else down too. Is that better? Again, I'm pretty much resetting everything up. Don't know if it's distorted or not. Alright, hold on. Let me pull up YouTube Studio real quick. Can you double check this? Gain us through the roof. Let me see. Let me see what the back of my mic says. Alright, my mic is all the way down now. Alright, so let's see. It might be just the compressor that I have on here, to be completely honest. Turn that off. See how that sounds. Is that better? It might be better. It might be louder. Might be a little louder, but so I'll pull it down a little bit. A little. Yeah, I swear the gain on this is like... Alright. Pulling it down to there. Is that better? That's way better? Awesome. So we got to talk about a few things. Number one, yes. Yes, I see the Fred word. I see you, Cakes. First off, the stream layout that you see today is not permanent. I will be changing up a few things. It's just currently what I was able to do. Second, you're going to notice a few things that have changed. Hi, how are you? Go into my settings real quick. See if I can pull down the CPU usage. It's slowly coming down. Let me try to find that. I don't know what else it could be. Do file. Save as desktop. See if me getting rid of that helps. That helped a little bit. Okay, so a few things we got to talk about. Number one, I've been gone for a very long time from this channel, and first off, I want to apologize. It's not that one. That one. There we go. As you can see, everything's just a little bit different. I got to figure out what's going on with that. Which I actually might do right this second. I don't know. Where's Stream Elements? Where's Stream Elements? Where'd it go? As of right now, you can't see. Better camera angle. Yeah, it's slightly better. It's not the best, but it's there. Um, Okay, or Firefox, you want to just not cooperate with me, that's fine too. Hello? Yep, close Firefox. Close. Okay, Task Manager, where are you? FREE, that spells free, creditreport.com, baby. Where are you? What is using the most of my CPU? That is my question. OBS is using, okay. Yes, okay. Let's shut that down. So maybe we should be good. It's fine. I'll adjust this a little bit later. It's fine. So you probably just won't be able to see chat on the side, but you'll be able to see who has been chatting. Okay, so a couple things that I need to do real quick. So after I get done with this little bit of a rant, we're going to go ahead and get straight into the review of not only the Steam Deck, but also the iPhone 15 Pro Max, because I have a story for you guys about my my iPhone 15 Pro Max over here that honestly is not Apple's fault this time. Apple has done nothing wrong this time. Actually, it's the fault of Verizon, the carrier of choice. No, I did not break anything. Nothing is broken. I'll have a little bit of surprise for you guys here in a few minutes. So which one do you guys want me to start with? The Steam Deck or the iPhone 15 Pro Max? Which one do you guys want me to do? Do you want to hear the story of Verizon or do you want to hear the review? Why Verizon? I really didn't have a choice. I'm on my family plan with not only my dad, my mom, and everything. So you guys want? So Fear wants to hear the story. How about anybody else? We got one for the story. Anybody else? Stunna, Cakes. Anybody? iPhone. So you want to hear the story too? All right. So we got two for story. Do we have anybody else that wants to vote? Love me some tea. Oh yeah, love me some tea too. Do you want to hear my eventful story of the iPhone 15 Pro Max that is not Apple's fault? Or do you want to hear a Steam Deck review? Yeah, he's probably whacking it in a Discord call. Not playing 2K. Yeah, it was one of two options. So, Stano, what do you want to hear? Do you want to hear? Oh, never mind, he's playing with them balls. And other guys are touching them too. Crazy. Can't even spell. I can't say much because I had to take a double look on that. Either? Okay. So we'll go with the iPhone story. So, this all started, I'm going to say a couple weeks ago. Type too fast. So this started a couple weeks ago. Fear, when did I send you that picture of the Steam Deck? Do you remember off the top of your head? Let me scroll back to our conversations real quick. I think it was like the first. Yeah, it was the first. Let me just double check. Living guns, I love hearing crap about my own employee. Nice. Okay, so this starts on the 20. What was it? The 31st. So this starts the 30th, 31st, whatever the fuck it is. I can the 29th. I'm sorry, yeah, because it was February. It starts the 29th. My original phone, my iPhone 10s Max, that I've been daily driving, and still currently have. It's over here on this desk over here on the side. I've been daily driving that thing for, what is it, 8 years? 6 years? No, 6 years, I'm sorry. I've been daily driving it for 6 years. I've had a couple problems with it that I've had to replace certain things. I've had to obviously replace the battery because it's only good for a few years. I think I replaced the screen on it once. I've changed the lightning port on it twice. That's how it tells you that lightning is right up there with micro B. A very unreliable connector. I'm so glad they switched to USB-C. Anyway, so had to order a new phone. But I wasn't just gonna get the iPhone 15 because my band shoots a lot of videos. I have a video from one of the last shows that we did a couple weeks ago, or not this past weekend, or not like this weekend, but the weekend before last over in Baltimore. And I was able to shoot the whole show in 4K 60 frames per second in HDR. So it looks incredible, especially on this display. It looks fantastic. So I needed something that was gonna be able to do like higher frame rate recordings. That still does 1080p 60 frames per second. It does it very well. The camera's great on it. That's why I held on to it for so long. So the 29th, I'm at work and my phone feels really hot. I've got an earbud in. It's at the end of my shift. I'm cleaning up. I'm listening to music. My phone feels really hot in my pocket. I pull it out. My phone's glitching out. It's freaking out. So I am able to get it turned off, and I turned it back on, and Face ID stopped working. Luckily, I know the PIN. I don't have everything set to just Face ID. But Face ID stopped working. So I message my mom, who is on the family plan, like, hey, I need to get a new phone. Here's the phone that I'm currently looking at on Verizon. And she's like, okay, do you want to do the overnight shipping? I'm like, yeah, because I really just want to get this replaced, get this done and over with. So that's great. It says, okay, it'll be here the 1st, it'll be here the next day. Great, it's coming from Philly, so not too far away. Because I was on the 1st, I was set to get the Steam Deck and my phone both delivered on the same day. Perfectly fine. Steam Deck showed up. Phone still says it's out for delivery. It's like, okay. Mind you, my Steam Deck got here really early, but before that, at 9 a.m., I'm not, first off, I'm not an authorized user on the Verizon account. Well, I am now, but that's after the fact. I get a phone call from Verizon trying to authorize, get information about my address, where everything was being shipped to, account details. Meanwhile, my mother's on the other line with them, trying to also verify the same stuff. They're like, okay, everything matches, we'll go ahead and get everything straight for you and you'll get your phone today. And I'm like, great. 10 minutes later, I check the tracking on the phone. It says return to sender. Verizon had then issued a pullback from FedEx to have the phone returned to them. And I'm on the phone with my mother at the time because we're like, what the fuck? Why did they call me? And she didn't know. So, and you know what, real quick, pause the story. I'm just going to stop recording, see if maybe that saves some CPU usage. It did. It saved about 20%. Nice. And we're on the phone I'm on the phone with my mother being like, why did they call me? I don't understand. I'm not an authorized user. I know my phone number's on the account, but I don't understand. While I'm on the phone with her, I'm checking the tracking. It says return to sender. I'm like, hey, you might want to call them. FedEx now says return to sender. First thing she says is, oh, hell no. Hangs up the phone. Calls them. I want to do a shout out to the lady that helped us out with this. I don't know your name, but you were phenomenal. You pulled strings to be able to make this work. So apparently Verizon did not like the fact that they called me, first off. I'm not an authorized user, yet I was giving out the same information that they were. But they flagged it as an unauthorized send. And that account information was not the same or whatever. So the lady on the phone's like, okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to set you up with a new line. You're not going to have to pay anything. We're going to put the phone that you're going to be getting under that line. There's one phone that's like a 45-minute drive from you, which is fine. I'll do the 45-minute drive to get a phone. You're going to activate that phone under the number, get everything switched over, and then you're going to call us back and get your original phone number and the new phone switched. So that way it doesn't qualify as an upgrade, so you don't have to pay the upgrade fee. We'll have the activation fee waived for you, and everything will be good. And I'm hearing my mother, because she just got to my house, she put it on speakerphone, and she's like click-clacking away on the keyboard, typing everything out. Every little detail. So we're like, okay, we'll go to this. And they're like, they have the phone. They put it on hold for you. They've already pulled it from the back. You're ready to pick up. And I'm like, awesome. Me and her jump in the car. We drive out. Mind you, this is all the same day. So at this point, it's like 11 o'clock in the morning. So we drive over there. We pick up the phone. Pretty much an easy breeze. What I didn't know, and now I know now, is that the iPhone has now upgraded its policies to the point where you need a Wi-Fi service in order to activate the phone. It used to be that you could skip that feature and add the Wi-Fi later, and it worked over the cell towers of the SIM. Where it's an eSIM, where the new iPhones have switched over to eSIM, and the same thing with the iPads now. If you get them on a data line, you need a Wi-Fi connection to be able to download the eSIM information that activates the SIM. Fine, whatever, I'll do it when I get home. Or whatever. On our way home, we were like, why don't we, something in me was like, let's stop at the Verizon in town close to us. Just in case we have problems. My gut was right. For the first time in years. And we stopped there. We get signed up in the queue, and I'm looking over cases and everything because I need to get a new case. Mind you, Walmart, Best Buy, get your shit together when it comes as far as iPhone 15 Pro Max cases. You had like four different ones. You had 20 different ones for the other iPhone 15s. But the Pro Max, get your shit together. Anyway, side rant. I'm looking over the iPhone cases. I find a couple that I like. Ultimately, I decided that, I'm going to have to go with a MagSafe wallet for the back of it, because I keep my wallet on the back of it so I don't have an extra, wallet bulge in my back pocket and everything. My mother then gets a text from her boss, because at this point, she's already taken a little bit of time away from work. And she gets a text from him, it's like, hey, you have a meeting at 2. It's 1:30 now. We've picked up the iPhone, we've driven back. It's 1:30 now. We're still waiting at Verizon. She's like, I've got to go home. I've got to go home, and I've got to go back to work. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. We'll leave here. I'll go home. I'll go ahead and activate the phone like they said and do everything that way. So I get home. I start transferring the stuff over. It fails the first time. And I don't think that was Apple's fault, because I wasn't on a Wi-Fi connection when it initially tried to do the transfer. I ultimately think that's my fault, but it's neither here nor there. Second time, it finally starts transferring. My mother gets back to work. The people that were there for the meeting never showed up. So we left Verizon for no reason. It's fine. After her boss sends her home because she hadn't had lunch yet. B could tell that she's dealing with stuff. So my headphones said turned off on me because there's no audio. So that's a thing. Ultimately decides to come back to my house. We go ahead and get everything straight with my phone. It's activated, or it's syncing. It's syncing with my other phone, pulling old stuff off. Right now, that phone's in SOS mode where it doesn't have a SIM activated in it. And then my other one still works. We call up Verizon. We get on the line with somebody. And they're like, have you transferred over all data to your phone so we can activate the phone? It's like, it's in the process of it. It's like, okay, when it finishes, you're going to need to call us back. But first, let me look over the notes to make sure that I have a clear understanding of what we're doing. He opens the notes for this personal thing that we're doing. And he's reading line by line everything, and he goes, oh wow, you guys have had a really rough day. First words out of my mouth is like, yeah, no shit. He's like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. He gives us the extension, his extension for him, so that way we can call him back when everything's transferred. And is like, I'm gonna put a note in here about everything that's going on, just in case I'm not at my desk and you need to talk to somebody. And we're like, perfect, that's great. So far, great customer service. We leave both phones on the charger, sitting, so that way nothing happens if batteries, I don't want batteries to die and end up screwing something up. And we're like, okay, how long is this going to take? I look down at the phone. It says 2 hours. 2 additional hours to transfer everything. So we're like, okay, we have time. Let's go ahead and go do the other running around that we needed to. We needed to go to Walmart. We needed to go get groceries and stuff anyway. So we went ahead and just did that. Got home. It's finished. Thank God. Me and her sat in my office. Called up Verizon again. I was at the home page. I was ready for it to be activated. And they're like, okay, turn both devices off for me. And then turn them both back on. At that point, my 10S Max, the one that I was giving up, had no activation on it, which was great. That's what I needed. Set that phone. I look at my other phone. It's got 2 sets of bars under LTE. I'm like, this is strange. Goes through my settings. Both numbers were activated under my phone. We talked to the person on the phone because we didn't end up getting the original person back. He had either stepped away or he had gone home for the day. We're like, it says both phones are active on this, both lines are active on this phone. Which I didn't think that was a thing. I didn't think you could dual SIM on an iPhone. Which that's great to know, especially on an eSIM. So at this point, he's like, okay, for some reason the old SIM kicked back on. Or the old phone number kicked back on. So go ahead and turn off your phone. Turned it off. It's like, I have deactivated that line to be active on this phone, so you should be good. Turned it back on. It was deactive. But it was still showing the number under eSIM as not active. He's like, well, in order to get rid of that in your settings, you have to do a full factory reset on your phone. I'm not doing another factory reset on my phone. I just got this phone. I don't feel like having to go through that whole 2-hour transfer process all over again. Yeah. So, to this day, I think it still says I have 2 SIMs on here. I'm going to double check right quick. It might not anymore. I might have just, flaked off. Let me see. I think it's under general. About... Nope, not there. So, probably under cellular. Cellular... Is it not on here? Did it actually flake off? I think it flaked off. Nice. I think it actually flaked off finally. Yeah, it flaked off. It's nowhere in here. Yep, nope, it flaked off. It's not even in my phone settings anymore. Awesome. So, anybody doing a Verizon phone and they end up having 2 phone numbers on it in this weird sort of situation, if it's not active on your phone, it flakes off after a little bit. So, that's cool. Now that I know that. Anyway, so what should have been an easy 2 to 3 hour activation turned into a 12-hour activation with having to go get a phone from a store. So Verizon, I don't know if you're watching or if you will see this, get your shit together. If somebody's ordering a $1,600 iPhone, do not flag it. I know it's probably your proper procedures to make sure that it's not going to be like a stolen good or an identity theft issue. I understand that. But if they're ordering an upgrade for a phone and the authorized Verizon Wireless person puts in the order with their PIN, yeah, Metro and I didn't realize that iPhones did dual SIMs. But Verizon, get your shit together. If somebody with an authorized service plan that has been a plan holder for over 30 years, come on now. Like, we don't make these purchases that often. Like, I had my last phone for 6 years. I'm using Samsung. Okay. Yeah, I knew Samsung dual SIMmed, but I didn't know iPhone dual SIM, so that was kind of cool to know. So that's my rant. That's the story of how a 2-hour activation should have turned into a 12-hour activation, and I was not a fan. I was not. It was at that point that me and my mother were looking at each other, like, do we want to switch carrier providers? We were tempted. But as far as the iPhone 15 Pro review, it's a great phone. It does what I need to. Has an always-on display. Always-on display. It's great. If you have it charging and you set it sideways, it has like a nightstand mode. Everything transferred seamlessly. Photos, contacts, everything. Nothing duplicated like when I transferred my 7 to my 10. Everything updated. Everything synced. I didn't have to re-put in passwords for certain apps. Everything was just working. iPhone dual SIM in other countries since iPhone 4. Really? Oh, in other countries though. Because when I had my iPhone 4, it only had 1 SIM card slot. So it was probably like an EU and Asia thing. But as far as the review goes, I have no complaints with this phone. Like, I had some complaints with my other phone. This is great. USB-C charging. Great stereo sound. Yes, shameless promotion. I have a Powerless Freddy background. And if you want that, let me know and I can get it to you. Everything just worked. Which is more than I can say about my last phone, because I had to actually install the apps again. I had to find all the photos again. I don't even have iCloud enabled. The only backup that I have is on my PC. I'm sorry, I'm not paying $20 a month for 2 terabytes of iCloud storage just for it to be eaten up by photos and videos. It's not happening. I'm sorry, Apple. $20? Really? No. So I have nothing but praise for Apple for this phone. I'm sure the iPhone 16 will be just as good, if not a little bit better. This supports iOS 17, and it's going to be able to support the new iOS 18 when it comes out. The only gripe that I had, and this only gripe, I had to repair my AirPods. Was swapping apart the base iPhone 15 can use 2. Base iPhone, I can't even read it. Use 2 SIM cards and eSIM, so 3 now. See, I was looking on the outside of the phone. I don't remember seeing an eSIM slot or a SIM slot at all. Yeah, I don't see one. So it might be. Oh wait, there is that. Is that a SIM slot? What is that? It was a pain in the ass to get this case. You know what? Fuck it. It looks like a SIM slot, but it doesn't have the hole beside it to get the SIM or to like pop it out. So I don't know. It is what it is. But I had to repair my AirPods, which is fine. It's Bluetooth. It probably tested to pair to a new device. There's no SIM slot for the US version. Okay, so it's probably an Asia and Europe thing, so that's fine. Now there's a thing on it might be just a 5G antenna thing for the like on the side of the phone or something. Anyway, I had to repair my AirPods for the 3rd time I'm saying it, and I had to refactory set my watch. You have to buy unlocked from Apple. That's probably why. So it's probably carrier specific. So the unlocked version probably has a SIM slot. I don't know. I'm speculating. I don't know. Anyway. So there's that. I had to refactory set my watch, which wasn't a big thing. I didn't have much on it. I had a couple outside Spotify. I reset that up. That took like 10 minutes. So that's fine. So yeah, those were the only 2 things I really had to redo, and they work just fine now. I will say though, here soon I'm probably gonna have to get a new set of AirPods because I'm starting to see them kind of fading, as regard to battery life and like connectivity. So I am gonna have to probably do that soon. So I might go with the AirPods Pro 2s, the version 2s, because I have the version 1s. They were great. So yeah. Now onto the Steam Deck. First off, praise to Valve for even making this thing. The version that I currently have is the OLED 1TB, which if you were to go on Steam's website, it's like what, $650. After tax for me, it was like $687. Fine, I adjusted for tax. This device has been flawless. For something that was like a mini PC to be it being flawless, it's fantastic. Everything worked straight out of the box. It allowed you to use a QR code to sign into your Steam profile, which then brought up everything. This thing is a monster. It is a powerhouse and a half. I have, for the last, week now, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks, I've not touched my PC. Everything that I've done has been on the Stream Deck, or on the Steam Deck. From surfing the internet, to playing games, to playing old console games with emulation. Everything's been done on the Steam Deck. Everything from Discord calls to just minor, like, documents. Everything. If you've had communications with me, then you have talked to me on a Steam Deck. No, because it's just been that good. Literally, you can have a keyboard and mouse hooked up to it. Fear, it is a pocket computer at this point. It comes with a case. You can play just about every game that you play on a PC on it. Just about. There's a few games you can't. VR is not supported on the Steam Deck, so that's a problem. But that's not a big gripe. I know VR is very demanding, not only with head tracking, but motion controls and everything. Alright, so the reason I'm not selling my PC is because there are things that the Steam Deck can't do. Such as VR. I would need my VR tower in order to actually play said VR games. There's certain games that don't run correctly on it. Like, there's games that run, and then there's games that run good, and then there's games that don't run at all. So, PC is still going to be set up and it's still going to be hooked up to my monitors. For those of you who tuned in or even saw the stream I did, I think it was this past Friday, of my band, that was all on my Steam Deck. The entire stream was on my Steam Deck. Tell me if you notice a difference. Other than, alright, so first off, one difference that you're going to see past streams is that the video quality is laggy, but the audio is good. That was due to the Wi-Fi that they had set up there. It was not that great. I do not put that on here. So I got OBS running. I've got just about every other plugin for OBS that I currently use on my PC on this. Plus, with a dongle, with a USB-C dongle, I can have a monitor, 2 extra USB-A ports, Ethernet, and power in. So this thing is always on power. And if the power goes out, I still have my Steam Deck running. So I guess it's now time to unveil that this entire stream has been on my Steam Deck. Currently what you're seeing right now is just me on my Steam Deck. Like, I shit you not. The entire stream is on my Steam Deck. OBS is running flawlessly. Yeah! This entire stream that you've been watching so far has been on my Steam Deck. And to prove it, and to further prove it, here's the desktop for it. Everything has been running on the Steam Deck. This is why I said, like, there are certain games, like, there are certain things that I can do and certain things I can't do. Like, full Discord. Full Discord. I'm not gonna show that. Is that you, Fear? Oh yeah, you got the pin. I forgot about that. I thought I gave you the pin. That's cool. But yeah. Full Discord. Everything's here. You know, general announcements. Spell better, Nutbuster. But yeah, I like. Steam Deck, everybody. OBS works flawlessly on here. You'll notice here in the corner CPU is a little high, but it's also because I'm streaming at a higher frame rate. So, of course, it's going to be higher on the CPU usage. But I'm still able to play games. Mouse and keyboard games. Like, let's see. Can I open GTA 5? Well, let me open GTA 5. Launching. Accept. Non launching. In desktop mode, it is a little slower for launching games. I've noticed that. Come on. There you go. There's the Rockstar launcher. But in big picture mode with this is great. Now the reason why it's so much slower is all due to the fact that everything is running under the Proton layer. So it runs as a regular Windows executable. But then you have Proton on top of that, which is converting Windows to Linux for everything else. And real quick, just in case it wants to try to show information, switch back over there. I can play Halo Infinite and Grand Theft Auto 5 on this thing. I can play Baldur's Gate 3 on this thing. Black Ops 3 runs flawlessly for as demanding of a game as that is. I have not tried Warzone yet, just because I have 1 terabyte of storage and a lot of that is eaten up with other stuff. Before the game starts, I'll turn on. I would love to do a review on the M Pro, the I alt-tabbed and everything like froze for a second. Oh, that's why, because the game crashed. That's why. This is what I mean by everything isn't perfect. This is why I said everything is not perfect on this. But it is getting damn close. So what I'll do is I'll do Binding of Isaac since it's like a lower powered game. GTA fucking with your shit. Yeah, pretty much. Come on. Oh, there was a couple updates. Portal 2, why do you have an update? Holy shit, everything has an update. Why does everything have an update? Black Ops 3 has an update for me. Turn the game down a little bit.
Isaac and his mother lived alone.
I'm gonna turn off the music. Do full screen. YouTube's not receiving what? Enough video to maintain a smooth stream. Oh, it gave me an error. Is the stream still up? Can somebody confirm if the stream is still up for me? Anybody? Bueller? Yeah, cool. Awesome. I don't know what happened there. There we go. Wish there was like a thing to say, hey, turn this down. Okay, so yeah, like this works. Satan. Okay. Where the fuck am I supposed to go now? Oh, okay, cool. Oh. We're gonna replay. Technology 2. Or laser. Cool. Awesome. I need more help. Child's heart? Excuse me? I don't want to go to that room. Why can't I fire? Why can't I fire this? I couldn't fire my weapon stuff, so I don't know what that was about. So, but you guys get the point. You guys get the point. Okay, you don't want to close, that's fine. That's fine. Let's have that. But yeah, so but the Steam Deck works. Like I'm actually kind of shocked. Fear, if you wanted to get a Steam Deck, definitely highly recommend it. Let's see how Power Wash Simulator runs on this thing. Because I've played it in like handheld mode, but not while streaming. Oh, you opened up on the wrong screen. Where's the settings? Options. There we go. That's better. We're gonna do this. There we go. Jesus Christ, Fear, I swear. We're gonna do a target frame rate of 30 frames per second, so that way I can at least try to keep up. So career, continue. We were on the the last time I played this, I was on the bungalow. I gotten a lot done. So, like I said, this can run just about any AAA game that you throw at it. Steady 30 frames per second. That is great. Can't read the fucking controls. Huh? No. It's like, which one is it to rotate? R? Yeah, Power Wash. I'm doing this all on a Steam Deck. Like, OBS capture and everything is on the Steam Deck. It's on the handheld. Currently with just mouse and keyboard. Cyberpunk. I don't own Cyberpunk. I don't think I want to try Cyberpunk on this thing. Awesome. Welcome, Kappa. How you doing? That's done. So, like, this being said, I don't need a second monitor if I'm doing this, like, on the go. Only thing I really need is a camera. And even then, I could probably do it. This is exactly what I meant by everything being quote-unquote reset. This is exactly what I meant when I said that everything was reset. Because I had essentially just reset everything to start on my Steam Deck. My PC stuff is still set up and everything. And I could essentially dual stream from my Steam Deck and my PC. In theory. Yeah, Cyberpunk I don't think is supported. If Valve says it's not supported, then yeah, it's probably just too graphically demanding. But Fortnite, on the other hand, I can probably get that to run. I just have to re-download it and make some space. You are some really stuck on dirt. Yeah, that's where I have all my emulated games, is on the card storage. Actually, that's a very good point. Hold on. I'll quit. So just for legal reasons, I'm going to switch over to here. I think that's the PS2 emulator. Oh. Actually, I'll do this very quick. And if anybody wants to jump on, you're more than welcome to with this. Because this is flawlessly working. Oh, you... Oh, what is the password? I'll show the retro stuff here in just a second. I just... I'll verify it even though I just was on this yesterday. Come on, Microsoft, send me the verification email. Thank you. So this was something I wasn't expecting to actually work on here. And was kind of... My mind was blown when it actually did. Gotta wait for it to load. Because again, proton layer. See if anybody recognizes the music. This part I don't like, though. Connecting to the realm takes a little bit of time. But again, I think that's also the proton layer just saying, hey, I gotta transfer everything over. But the fact that this works at all, it was faster than the first time. It's a little stuttery, but it's also because I'm streaming. Options, video settings, graphics. That's not bad. It's still usable. But I'm definitely gonna have to, like, tweak this a little bit on here. Sync off. That's a lot smoother. But it works. I was shocked. So, for anybody that pops into this is a brand new seed that I made for this. I still have the old seed, so everything works. But me and my girlfriend have been playing Minecraft off stream a lot. And I guess, by the way. And I've started building all these down here. This was a bitch to build because this is technically underwater. So, yeah, this is a thing. This is a thing I've started doing. Now, as a thing to note with the Steam Deck, OBS does not run right in big picture mode, which is its standard default when you turn it on. So with that being said, some things have had to be made, like, and things have had to be changed. And yes, I'm in creative mode, so I can fly. Look, I'm gonna go over here and grab one of my Electros right quick. It's really peaceful, yeah. It's like watching a chill, like those chill vibes streams. Not make this easy to jump over. So, me and my girlfriend made this. Ended up being an XP farm, unintentionally. Since I'm in creative, I can just gain all these levels. Just kind of staying here. And all of this stuff is just randomly spawning. We did have to make it a little bit difficult to get out, otherwise all of the mobs would get out too. But Minecraft on a Steam Deck. Who'd have thunk it? It's got built-in, which way is my base? Not that way. It's the other way. It's this way down here. It's got built-in microphones. It's got a headphone jack, which can say, you know, is more than can be said from Apple. Got him. But like, yeah. The fact that I'm able to run all this on the Steam Deck itself is incredible. So now real quick, I will go inside. Over to my bed real quick. And disconnect. And go back. And quit game. But yeah. So that's a thing that works. So, real quick, like I said, we're gonna load up a game that I've been playing a little bit. Over here. I've got 3 hours of playtime on this. Sims 2. Sims 2 for PS2. This is what I grew up with.
Rip his ass. Eagle it. Protege.
I just don't know. Yeah, so I just don't have it mapped to keyboard and mouse at the moment, but you guys get the point. You get the point. So this is what I've been doing. This is what I've been doing in my spare time, getting this all set up, and like I have found this incredibly useful. So I'm gonna cut this stream off short. I've been streaming for a little over an hour. Oh, you think that's crazy? Look up Paramore and Simlish. Because back in the day, they actually had big name artists do songs for The Sims 2. It's so different. Like, look up Paramore, The Sims 2. It's so different. But I've been streaming for a little over an hour now. That's my review. I'm gonna end up editing down everything and doing a making these into two separate videos, just kind of showcasing what the Steam Deck can do and everything. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. If you have, make sure you hit that like button as well as subscribe if you haven't been already. Also down there in the description is going to be a bunch of links that you guys should check out, including different social links for not only me but my band as well. And yeah, that's going to be it from me. So thank you guys for joining me on this, and I hope you guys have yourselves a good night, morning, rest, or afternoon, depending where you guys are. And I'll catch you guys right here on the next stream. So, see you guys. Also, side note, the Stream Deck works on here too, so I can have all my macro buttons as well. It's great.